How you doing? My name is Dem Kalu. I'm the writer of the pilot script, The Art of Go. I am a finalist for Scriptapalooza 2023. Initially came up with the idea from two short stories I have written maybe 5 or 6 years ago. I never really found a place for those projects. And I really love the protagonists. I love the idea of this kind of fish out of water story, and a lot of the social issues that were in those two separate projects. One project was about a really famous artist, um, who was dealing with that life of being a Black artist within a white space. And the other project was about a young father who wanted to be an artist but had other responsibilities. And I basically just took the concepts from both of those and created the character of Margot. I would say it probably took me a week to write. I usually spend about a week or two just doing outlines and putting the entire story together. The story was pretty easy because I was taken from two short stories, but I also feel like it was easy because the character was really easy to write. I think I just felt connected to the character and to that story, and so the words just flowed out. This is not the first script I have written. Um, this is probably the fourth script I wrote in 2022 alone. Being in film school and just really love telling stories. I tend to knock them out pretty often. My process, it starts with the seed of an idea. It could be a particular interesting person. It could be a story. It can be a short story that somebody told me or something that I written myself. And usually if I feel like there's enough there to write a feature or to write something that was episodic, I usually start to do outlines, and I start to really think about where the story can go. If it's episodic, like Art of Go is, then that means, can I tell multiple stories? Are there multiple experiences within this character that they would meet? And after I start doing outline and taking notes, then I try to map out what that story might look like. Any advice for other writers? I mean, you probably hear it all the time, but write, just write. It's really the only way to get better at it. It's the only way to see if you actually love it. It's a way to find your style, your own aesthetic, and figure out the things that you actually like to write. And it's the only way to get better is just write. I entered Scriptapalooza because it was one of the top festivals or competitions out there for screenwriters. There's not a lot of opportunities, especially if you live in New York like I do, to actually get your work out there. I also have a 9 to 5, and so outside of going to write in a writer's room, entering into a competition or a festival is probably the best bet, and Scriptapalooza is one of the best out there. Thank you for your time.